I I'll look forward to your comments if I can see them. I'm not sure. The water is boiling. I could turn the camera sideways, but I'm not going to bother. And if you care to comment, go ahead. Other than the fact that the mirror is backwards on the camera and the water is boiling and my pasta is not yet cut out of the pot. But I'm going to make spaghetti, not in linguine. I'm going to make spaghetti. Just spaghetti. I like to use dried pasta. I don't like fresh pasta that much. And I've been studying the glycemic index of carbohydrates for a number of reasons. One of which is I've been pre-diabetic for a long time. I mean, I eat a lot of carbs. Everyone knows that. But I'm 84 years old this March, God willing. And I love carbohydrates, and I'm not going to give them up. There's only a certain amount of benefit that you get from giving up carbs, and you can only push your body so far. So various pastas are different. They have different glycemic indices, meaning how quickly they spike blood sugar. Interestingly enough, dried pasta has a lower glycemic index than fresh pasta, which is interesting. So I'm going to use this dried durum wheat pasta, which is also interesting to me. In studying the glycemic index of various pastas, I found that durum wheat has a low glycemic index, which is what you want, compared to other white wheat pastas. So I've been using these for years. This is an Italian brand, Rumo, which I like a lot, which apparently I'm not going to be able to get soon because of the tariffs. I guess I'll switch to an American brand that use that. I won't die. So this is a really simple recipe. Now, I never made this one because I generally don't eat white clam sauce, but I've gotten a yearning for it. And then I started to look into brands of white clams on the market. Can you hear me well? How's everything going, everybody? I'm going to do, I don't know what the title is yet. Spaghetti and white clam sauce over a confused nation might work. I mean, MAGA's basically blown up in our faces. We'll deal with that. Okay, I know you loyalists get mad at me if I criticize Trump for any little thing. It's too bad. You know, it's a bridge too far. And I brought his language culture. On borders, he gets 100. Language, nothing's been done, but what can he do about it? He can make English the official language and not permit anyone to collect a welfare check or anything else if they can't read or write English. I mean, you can start with that. And culture, he gets a high mark on culture because we're not being bombarded by the trans maniacs right now. That alone is almost worth and everything. I told you when way back, I said if we get 30% of what Trump promises, it'll be 130% more than we would have gotten from Hillary. With regard to Joe Biden, if we get 10% of what Trump promised, that's 1,010% more than we would have gotten under Biden. So we have to thank God for that. Fiscal conservative, no. He gets a 0 on the economy. He gets a 0 on fiscal conservatism. The budget's out of control. The budget deficit's insane. They're printing money, spending money like it's going out of style. I've never seen anything like it. So I'm going to focus instead on my spaghetti and white clam sauce. I meant to tell you, in researching the various baby clams out on the markets, I ordered this online from Amazon, Bumblebee whole baby clams in water. I was disappointed when it arrived for 2 reasons. You can't see the ingredients on Amazon very carefully. They hide them. So it's preserved with disodium EDTA, which is not unto itself. It's an antioxidant. It's a chelating agent. It's not really toxic. I wouldn't recommend it anyway, but it's EDTA, which I saw that and I didn't care that much because it's an antioxidant, it's a chelating agent, et cetera. It does take heavy metals out of your body in the smaller doses. It's not really harmful in small amounts. It's in everything, in cosmetics and whatever. It's a color preservative. But I found a better brand in an upscale market down in Sausalito called Bar Harbor Surf Clams, George Bank chopped. Ingredients, clams and clam juice, sea salt, nothing else. This is the much better one. Much better one. And they're much more expensive, Bar Harbor. So we're going to use those. I don't have linguine. I'm going to use spaghetti, which is fine. I don't have parsley, which I'm fed up with parsley anyway. I had some organic tarragon in my refrigerator, which I was going to use on a chicken dish. I'll put some tarragon in it. And of course, I've got some chopped garlic here, some fresh organic garlic. No dish is complete for me without garlic, which is probably why I'm still walking the earth. I've known about this for at least 50 years. My mother never used it, strangely enough. You'd think, oh, you grew up in a Russian Jewish household. No, she never used it. I became the garlic nut in the 70s. I raised the kids on it. And I've always known the benefits of garlic. So I chopped some up in advance. I'm not going to make the clam sauce. This is from one of my trees for the lemon part of the lemon sauce. There's organic lemons. Say organic, organic. This, yeah, it makes a difference. I don't like chemicals in my body. So I try to do without them. And that's the end of it. Look at these lemons. I mean, I don't know about you. I just love fruit from trees of my own making. I know where they came from. And I have some beautiful organic mushrooms I'm going to put into the clam sauce, only because I like mushrooms and they're a blood thinner. I don't take blood thinners, but mushrooms, garlic, etc., keep my blood pretty thin. For the white wine component that's supposed to be in the clam sauce, I opened the bottle of Pinot Blanc last night, an Alsatian wine. It was just, I didn't like it at all. I thought I'd like it. I did a lot of research on a Pinot Blanc. I'm trying to get out of the Sauvignon Blanc variety. I've tried everything in the world. It could be the time of year. When it gets rainy, it's supposed to rain here tomorrow, which I can't wait. Winter is upon us soon. I switched to red wine. I bought some beautiful, beautiful Italian reds. I'm not ready for it. I don't want a big hangover, a big headache tonight, honest to God. I haven't had a drink. I'm not going to drink right now, but I'm going to continue to cook. So the water is boiling. Yes, I'd be remiss not to tell you what you want to know. Yes, you can buy these hats. Last year, we made them for you, red and blue. It's not going to change my lifestyle, but you may love them. You can find them on michaelsavage.com. Everyone says, Mike, where can we get a Savage Nation hat? Borders Language Culture in red or blue. You can buy them on michaelsavage.com. They make for a great present. Here's something else that is it's important. Mrs. Janet put all the work into herbs, vitamins, supplements. It's sold out in 2 or 3 printings already. And it's the best book written on herbs ever. We've done her books over the years. She wanted to do this again. So she did the research with a high team. She paid a lot of money to produce this book. It's a book that's not going to make her any money, no matter how many she sells, because of the cost of producing this thing. But it's just beautiful. The botanical illustrations alone are worth it. Great gift for the holidays. Herbs, vitamins, supplements for wellness and beauty. Highly recommended. Family book. And I'm not ashamed to tell you, yes, you want them, you got them. So let's begin with the clam sauce. It's very easy. I mean, you could do it any one of a number of ways. You don't have to read a book on it. I happen to get a recipe out. I looked at a bunch of them this morning. And I'll modify it slightly. I'm off spices completely. I'm off all hot peppers for a number of reasons. I was overdoing it on the red pepper. The carcinogenicity of red peppers is very worrisome. Look, I've known for years that black pepper is carcinogenic. Piper nigrum, I knew this for 50 years. I've avoided black pepper in my food for years. It's a mild carcinogen. You say, well, everything is. No, not everything is. Some things are more carcinogenic than others, and black pepper, you look up the research, carcinogenic, period. So I don't like black pepper. It's too hot. So I switched to a lot of red peppers, and I was using tons of paprika, organic paprika. Then I was using this. I fell in love with this stuff, but my skin started to itch. I didn't stop using this. I don't know what I did with it. Here it is. This Italian Calabrian pepper sauce, this red pepper sauce. I loved it. I just loved the taste. It's very hot, not like a Mexican pepper sauce. It's an Italian pepper sauce, Calabrian pepper sauce. It's amazing. You know, you don't know Italians can do hot food too, like the Mexicans, but it's different. It's got a different flavor. I loved it. I'm not using it anymore. First of all, it overpowers everything. It's so strong, it overpowers everything. That's number one. Number two, I'm just avoiding all red pepper now. Don't want it. Don't want it. Don't need it in my body. Okay, so let's begin. We're going to make the white clam sauce. How's the sound? Everything good? See, no matter what you say, you get the dopes. You tell them black pepper is carcinogenic, PhD, 28 books. You get a moron, black pepper is great. You know what? Stick it up your prat if you like. Have a black pepper hemorrhoid cream. What do I care what you do with your body, moron? You're in a master class with a genius trying to teach you, you schmuck. You want pepper? Put it up your prat, see if I care. Idiots. Why do you listen to me? You think I give a shit what you say, you morons, you? You know something? I'm going to tell you something about the internet that bothers me. You got people who couldn't get through the third grade who sit there and make commentary on everything. All of them are anti Semitic. They hate Jews and they hate learning. They hate knowledge. They hate college degrees, but they're MAGA. You're nothing. You're garbage. You're dreck. Now just shut up and listen and learn, moron. If it was a classroom, I'd have the guards throw you out in the snow. Cook the linguine to al dente in a large pot of salted water. Oh, big deal. Okay. So this recipe calls for a half a pound of salted. Oh, I got that out of my system. I feel better already. I hate stupid. I hate stupid people. Worse than stupid people are bigoted stupid people. And worse than bigoted stupid people are bigoted, stupid, psychotic people who think they were clawed by a demon in bed last night. What the hell happened to Tucker Carlson? An intelligent young man, now he had a demon clawed him in bed while his wife and 4 dogs slept there. Psychosis! First with the Jew obsession, now with demons clawing him. You talk about it, madness. But okay, what's her name interviewed him? The ex-beauty star from Fox News. I don't even watch her. Megyn Kelly, another genius. I don't know, whatever. I'm heating up the pot. I don't measure stuff that much. I'm gonna measure this time. Cook the linguine while the water. Chop the onion and garlic and measure out. Oh, I'm gonna measure. I didn't even chop my onion in it. I don't even want onion in it. Like I'm not in the mood for onion. It's just I don't want it in there. Heat the olive oil and last, add the onion and garlic, salt and pepper. Saute 5 to 7 minutes. Okay, we'll saute some garlic. So for that, I need my very good extra virgin olive oil, organic. I'm not measuring how much. I just put enough in the pot to make the bottom fill up. It's a guy I've been watching on YouTube. One of the things I like to do lately is watch cooking shows. This guy from New London, Connecticut, a fat Italian guy. Took a liking to him because the way he handled the food. Guy already died recently. I figured coronary bypass, then he died. His food was interesting, especially the way he cooked it. It was like Fat Al's tuna. Everything was by the hand and the way he talked. He reminded me of the old school chefs that I knew. But unfortunately, it was very unhealthy food. Everything was a handful of salt and a handful of this and a handful of butter. I mean, I knew he was going to, Anyway, it's sad. He was a nice guy. I forget his name. I'll look it up. So, chopped organic garlic. If some skin gets in it, you're not going to die from it. Okay? The number one rule with garlic is use as much of it as you dare. Now, I'm going to lower the heat immediately. You see, it's just sizzling away. This thing is going to get done so fast, you won't know what hit you. I'm not using onion. Olive oil, add the onion and garlic, season, salt and pepper, olive oil, medium yellow onion, 2 cloves. Kosher salt, don't need the salt, don't need the black pepper. I don't need the sodium. Add the white wine. How much white wine do they want? 1/3 of a cup of white wine. Use Pinot Grigio, but any non-sweet wine. Okay, well, the wine was so bad last night, I'm going to use the white wine right now in the cooking. That's where it should be used, as in cooking. I love these Pyrex measuring cups. I don't really need to read it. I mean, I know what 1/3 of a cup looks like, but I'm going to measure it just for you. Just for you. I still have a temper on me no matter what. No matter how old I get, I still have a hot temper. I hate stupid people. I hate stupid people. I hate bigoted stupid people more than I hate stupid people. The internet's filled with stupid, bigoted people. So the garlic's cooking. Go ahead, go eat your Spam tonight. Go eat your Spam tonight with your salt and pepper. See, it's already starting to burn. You got to be very careful immediately. Cool it down right away. Gonna get those clams ready. It's nothing. I mean, the dish takes nothing. White wine, lemon juice. The part I like the best because I get to use the squeezer I've had for 25. I love the squeezer. It's a lot of fun for me. You can overdo the lemon juice, as you well know, in any dish. I'm not going to put any more in. It'll get overly, just too much lemon. That's all. It's enough for now. I'm not making, a breakfast dish here. I'm making linguine with white clam sauce. That's all. White wine and clam juice, not the clam. Oh, to the skillet. Okay, so I got to add the clam juice, not the clams. I think I'll use the bad clams right now because it's, well, how many? This is 5. I got to use both of them actually to make this happen. I'm supposed to add the clams, not the clam juice, which means now I have to drain the thing, which I didn't prepare for. If I have a strainer or not, I think I do. Here we go. Favorite little strainer. Okay, we'll do this well. I like my little kitchen. I feel like I'm on a boat, like a sailboat. Double amount of that. And okay. Okie dokie, here we are. If I put it in this cabinet here, I only bought 2 cans to try it out. I have not eaten spaghetti and white clam sauce in years. I had it once in a restaurant recently, and it was pretty good. You know, I always get the same one. I know butter. I don't like the taste of butter, and I don't eat high saturated fat food, no matter what the fad may be now. Thank you. I've been off heavy saturated fats for 55, 60 years. I'd say 50 years. You want to stoke up on meat, meat and butter, cream, dairy, do so. Get back to me when you're 80. So a guy sent me a picture of himself like this. I'm 62 and I run and I'm in great and I eat steak and this and that. I said, get back to me when you're 80. Never heard from him again. Body won't take it. He won't make it. Overnight it's going to happen. Okay, I got to pour it here again. Not the ideal situation, but we'll put it in here. Reserve the clams. Now, some people wash the clams to get rid of the salt. I'm a little reluctant to wash the clams because I'm afraid I'll wash away the flavor. And I can rinse them, but you're going to rinse the flavor away. So if I get a little sand in it, so what? Never heard of pigeon, never heard of a seagull. If I get a little sand in my gullet, I won't die from it. I'm not going to wash the clams because I want the flavor. The only reason I'm making this tonight is because I wanted a clam sauce that tasted good. So I put in the 2 cans. This recipe does not call for mushrooms, but I need some mushrooms in my diet tonight. Behind it all, I'm not sure what I want to drink. I don't want to drink it all. I don't know. It's a rainy night coming up. I wanted to open a good bottle of Italian red. I don't need a hangover. I don't need it. And the white wine I didn't like last night. I could have a vodka. I think I'm going to have 1 vodka. It's a decision. No, it is a decision. You know, what's your poison, sir? You know, what's your poison? My poison? It's alcohol. That's all. I've been drinking since I'm 15 years old. It hasn't killed me yet. Very measured, though. I never get drunk. Never. I've been drunk maybe 5 times in my life. The last time I was 22 years old. I hate the feeling of loss of control. I'll drink now my 2 glasses of wine a night. That's my dispensation. And for those 2 ounces of alcohol, I get 4 hours of relief from the vicissitudes of death, the fear of dying, and the eternal world that awaits all of us. I'm putting in my organic tarragon, which I generally love for chicken. I'm going to chop it a little bit. Otherwise, they're going to just sit there like get stuck in my teeth, right? And we'll flavor it slightly. I mean, it does call for parsley, the recipe, honestly. It would be maybe better with parsley, but I'm not in love with parsley lately, just not. So the spaghetti is cooking, and it's cooking too slowly right now because I got to keep putting the cover half on, half off. There we go. And let's see what this recipe calls for. Add the wine, lemon juice, clam juice, skillet, simmer uncovered for 10 minutes. I don't get the uncovered part. If I cook uncovered, all of the volatile oils, all of the nutrients that are water soluble go up in the smoke and it leaves the dish. They're wrong. I tend to not uncover dishes. I cover dishes. Sometimes if I'll do it this way, so the moisture that comes up from the cooking will hit the top of the lid and then go back into the food by and large. But to cook like that, all the nutrients are going into the air. Look, I'm giving you healthful cooking in addition to tasty cooking. That's what it comes down to. Oh, because I'm cooking for 10 minutes uncovered, blah, blah, blah. Add the clams and the cooked linguine to the skillet. Toss to combine, blah, 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 and it's done. That's it. Add the clam. So when the spaghetti is done, it's going in there with the clams, and that's the whole story. So while we're waiting for it to cook, I actually love the look of this thing. I'll show it to you. See, these long handle pots are just so convenient. See how nice that looks? You can almost smell it, right? This is the vegetable part. Clam broth, white wine, a few mushrooms, garlic. Smells good. That's almost done. There's not much more to it. I put a little bit more of tarragon in. It's not green enough yet. And I still haven't decided what I want to drink. You want me to talk politics over a confused nation after the election? And he says the economy's fine. You hear? Mar-a-Lago, it's fine. They love it at Mar-a-Lago. They never had a better economy in their life. Crypto couldn't be better. Ask the guy in the street if the economy is good. They're going to fall on this issue. I try to warn them after the blowout. Don't tell me it's 4 blue states. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. It was the magnitude of the loss, number one, and it was the tone of the people, what's going on in this country under the surface. They don't get it at Mar-a-Lago. They don't get it in the White House because they live in a bubble like all politicians. They're not in touch with the people. I am. If you can walk with kings and never lose the common touch, then you will be a man, my son. Who wrote that? Who wrote that? I used to quote it year after year. No one remembers his name, Rudyard Kipling. Anyone know the name of the poem? Called If. I'll never forget that line. If you can walk with kings and never lose the common touch, then you'll be a man, my son. There's so much more to that poem. I read it to both of my children. I read it on the radio show. He's been forgotten, though. He called him an imperialist because he was too smart and he knew English very well. He didn't yet have a prayer rug in 1879. He never would have believed. You saw the British soldier, 101 years old, crying this week in England about all the crosses on the war memorials. And he said, what the hell did they die for? Look at my country, taken over by, he wanted to say taken over by Muslims. They would have put the old veteran in jail, a bastard running the country right now. A good friend of this administration, that two-step phony bastard, that Starmer bastard. Look what he lets into the country. Islamists, naked Islamists who want to destroy everything in England. I can't go to England. You hear this? That's the country that they let happen there. I still don't know what I want to drink. I don't want that fakakta white wine. I'm not having it. I'm in a strange mood. I think I'm just going to have one drink instead of 2. I'll go to Dr. Vodka. I'll have my one cocktail. Same 2 ounces, no matter what. I know about the phytochemicals and this phytochazarai, phytodrek. It's alcohol. I love this. Red wine's better. This one's better. That one's better. It has this and has that in it. The French paradox. I think the French paradox is because they had a lot of sex and they have no brains left from too much sex. That's the French paradox. They try to say it was the red wine, but it's probably because they were like mink and heat. So they didn't worry about anything. It wasn't the red wine. Day and night, that's all I did was rut like mink and heat. And as a result, the country was taken over by Islam. Brigitte Bardot tried to warn them 50 years ago, 50 years ago. She said the Muslims are taking over France. They called her a racist, a thisist, a thatist. Brigitte Bardot, the sex kitten of the 50s. Everyone was in love with her. She tried to warn her own countrymen, and they called her every name under the sun. They already were on the prayer rugs. We're almost there. My sauce is almost done. How could you not love this? Well, I'm going to put the clams in now because the spaghetti's not done yet. It will be shortly. And, I mean, it would taste better. I know that with tons of butter and stuff. I'm not going to put it in there. I go in a restaurant. What do you think you're eating? 99% of the dishes in a restaurant. What you're eating is butter, cream, dairy, and salt. I don't care what the dish is. You watch it. They put in a little salt, a handful, a mint like this on it, like Fat Al. Put in a little salt, put in a little cream, put in a little dairy. You're eating cream, butter, salt, and pepper. You don't even know what you're eating. And it covers up the inferior food that they're serving you in restaurants. I don't blame them. They got to make a buck. Can't make a dollar today in the restaurant business. Go try to make a living in California in a restaurant with what they have to pay the employees. Then when they go out of business, they call him a capitalist pig. That he went out of business because he was trying to make a business. He was a bad businessman because he made a profit. A good businessman would have gone out of business and the restaurant would have closed, but they would have been happy in Berkeley. If he went out of business, then they would really be happy. Because then they would show he was a good guy that he went broke. Because he sold it for less than it cost him. Now, that's a good businessman to those in Berkeley. They go home and eat Spam. What's going on here with my pasta? So now, you know me with the spaghetti. I always said eat al softo, and everyone says eat al dente. In a way, you're right health-wise. Al dente pasta has a lower glycemic index than overly cooked spaghetti. That's an admitted fact. I just like to digest my food. This stuff is done. So I'm going to put it right in, dripping a little water. Is that enough for the night for one person? If not, I'll eat it tomorrow for breakfast or lunch. There we go. And the rest, I don't need it in this dish tonight. A little bit more. It's a half a pound of spaghetti. It won't kill me. So it's cooking away. I love these pots, by the way. Turn the heat down. These are some kind of French pot. They transmit heat very fast. They're beautiful. Some kind of porcelain. I don't know what they are. Turn the heat up a bit. My dish is done. I'm not going to put Parmesan cheese on it. It doesn't go with seafood in any way. And I don't like the high salt content of Parmesan cheese. I'll use Romano cheese if I use cheese at all, which is a goat cheese because I'm allergic to dairy from a cow. Guess it makes me a bad guy, right? Ooh, he has a dairy allergy, eats health foods. That makes me wrong. Not a real man. I guess I'm not a real man. A real man would eat steak every day. Steak. Have steak. Kill a cow. Have some steak. Have a steak. So I took the cola. Have you ever had Cologuard? I know it's a little scatological. I was thinking of like food and cancer. So I did a Cologuard test. It's one of the most disgusting things you could do in your life. You talk about an effed up nation. Do you know what Cologuard is? It's not race. It's not a colored person. Cologuard. Cologuard, folks. Cologuard. Anyone know what it is? You know what Cologuard is? Oh, thank God. Day's looking better already. So look, as I said, you could throw anything you want into these things. You could load it over with butter. And then you could have a quadruple bypass at 45 and ask yourself what happened. Or you could eat lean, like I do, and pray a lot. Respect God a lot. And pray to God every night that you'll wake up in the morning. A friend who has cancer out of nowhere. Healthy. A month ago, healthy. A fighter, healthy, young, strong. He had an injury to his ribs in a surfing thing. They took him in and he had cancer of the spine. What he's going through, I wouldn't have wished on Hitler. The suffering. It's a horrible thing to watch. Horrible thing. The therapies, my Jesus Christ. Is it wonder I drink a little bit? So I'm letting my pasta absorb that sauce. Okay, it's beautiful. It's actually beautiful. I'm actually going to let it, I want it on a lower heat. I'm going to put this on slightly ajar, let some of the steam out. And before I come back to you, I want to just drain the rest of that pasta because I don't want it sitting in the water. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about the Cologuard experience, which really doesn't go with dinner that well. But since this is part entertainment and part cooking show and part an entertainment show, I'll tell you know what Cologuard is? Wait, of course, some of you know. The older people have done it. The youngsters never did Cologuard. Mm, okay. I don't throw pasta out at all, so I have enough left for tomorrow morning with an egg, Italian style. Fry it with an egg in the morning. So Cologuard. I had it the order sitting almost a year. I I didn't want to do it. I don't want a colonoscopy. I had one 10 years ago, but bowel cancer is real. Colon cancer is horrible. My mom died of it. It's a terrible disease. So I had a colonoscopy 10 years ago or more. Horrible, like having a kielbasa put in your keister. But they put you on fentanyl. You don't even know what's happening. I didn't know if they sent me down to a gay area or something and sent me back. I don't know what happened. I, and then I laid down and I wake up and it was over. But when you look in a camera while he's in your guts and this and that, a polyp, I'm never having it again. I said, I'm an older guy. I'm not having a colonoscopy. So instead, there's the non invasive Cologuard, the most disgusting thing imaginable. A box comes in the mail, and there's like a child's toilet seat in it with some kind of container. I said, oh, I remember this. I think I did it once. I don't want to describe it in too much detail, but you get the picture. You have to put this under your toilet seat, and you have to sit and aim properly so it goes into this little thing, and you put a thing and it's a preservative, and then you scrape it. It's the most horrible thing I have done in years. What a society that we play with our anyway. So wait, on top of it all, in addition to making sure it goes in the box, not on the thing, and then you have to take the little thing and scrape it and put it into a special tube and put the tube back into there and put the thing back in the box. Wait, on top of it all, you now have to bring it to a UPS store. Now, I'm imagining I'm going to a UPS store. It says Cologuard on it. The guy knows that it's human fecal matter in a goddamn box. So I say to myself, does he understand I'm mailing this back? I didn't touch the thing. I mean, it's clean on the outside. My hands are clean, sterilized. The box didn't touch anything. But what do they do in these UPS stores when they get a Cologuard box? I thought, do they like handle it differently? Do they get sick? I don't know. So went out on when did I mail it out? Saturday morning. I built up for like a month till I could do this. It went out Saturday morning. It'll take 8 days. It'll come back. But I had a weird feeling about it. You want to hear something odd? A lot of these Cologuard tests come back positive. And then when they come back positive, you're supposed to get a colonoscopy. So I said, what if the same thieves who own the colonoscopy clinics own the Cologuard company? And they purposely know that people who won't get colonoscopies choose a non-invasive Cologuard, and they send back a false positive on them, so they have to go get a colonoscopy at the clinics they own. That's where my head is at with American medicine today. I'll drink to that. I'm going to look into it. If it comes back positive, I'm going to find out who owns Cologuard, who's on the board of directors. Then I'm going to find out if they own a chain of colonoscopy clinics. You wait. I'll do the research. That's how my mind works. You can fool some of the people some of the time, and you can fool some of the people all of the time, but you can't fool all of the people all of the time. MAGA. So he goes on. Laura Ingraham was the biggest ass kisser in the universe. I used to like Laura. I'm nothing against her. She works hard. We used to be colleagues, syndicated by the same person. I helped her get out of that contract, and she wanted to become a big star. She's very smart. She speaks Russian. She's a very elegant, smart woman, but an ass kisser. She was one of the biggest ass kissers of Trumpism I've ever seen in my life, nauseatingly so. So she had Trump on last night, and she challenges him on the 600,000 Chinese students he's letting stay, the economy. I was shocked that she did it. I don't know what happened. I don't know what she's on. But good for you, Laura. If you hear that I said anything about you, it was only good. You finally stood up. Your membership at Mar-a-Lago is now suspended. So, folks, that's my dinner tonight. Is there anything in the news else that I want to talk about? Let's see. Spaghetti and white clam sauce over a confused nation. It's looking really good. Goes on the floor, I'll commit suicide. This is a clam sauce that I swear to God I'm proud of. Look at this. I'll hold it with the two hands. I really want you to see it before I turn the camera off. Look. Look at that. It is beautiful. See, it's got enough clams in it to be a clam sauce. The restaurants can't afford to give you this many clams. And you know that they're the direct clams from China somewhere. What else would you do if you owned a restaurant? You're going to get the gourmet clams I got that cost like $10 a can. It's impossible. It's one of the reasons I like eating at home. I know what I'm eating. It makes me feel better. But, as they say in the Bronx, l'chaim, to life, to all of you, even you racist people. It's done. Have a nice evening. I'm going to put on my dinner, when I actually eat the pasta, I'm going to put a little olive oil on it for sure to give it a little more flavor and a little body. I even have the right dish for it. Look at this. Look at this beautiful dish. I always like celadon color. I used to collect Asian pottery 40 years ago. I knew an awful lot about ancient pottery. And celadon was a very special pottery in Burma in the last number of hundreds of years. So this is just a new dish with a celadon color. Yeah, I collected pottery, did a lot of things. Expensive pottery, Ming Dynasty pottery, all sorts of beautiful stuff, antiques. So I'm going to sit down and enjoy my dinner. I hope tonight's cooking show was somewhat entertaining, educational. Maybe you picked up some tricks. You know, I like to watch cooking shows because I learn different things. Even that guy I was just mentioning who died, I forget his name, the fat guy from New London, Connecticut, the old Italian restaurants. I only found him last week and started watching all those cooking shows. The old style, heavy food, too much for me. But his style of cooking, I understood. He used aluminum pots, toxic poison. A guy died, rest in peace, nice man. But he mentioned that he was watching a cooking show on how to cut an onion. He had the dignity to say he watched a cooking show, and at his age, as experienced as he was with his restaurant, he learned how to cut an onion better on a cooking show. That is a man, my friend. You admit you learn from other people. So I learned different things from people online. It's a miracle. As a result of online behavior, I'm never lonely. I'm cooking for 20,000 friends in a restaurant right now. By tomorrow, maybe 40,000, whatever, on the different channels. It's a pleasure to me, a real pleasure to have you here in my kitchen. I'm Michael Savage. If you like what you see, and you see what you like, good. And you want to buy the hats, it's not going to change my lifestyle, but you may like them. They're on michaelsavage.com. They're beautiful. Borders, language, culture, wear it proudly, except in Berkeley, where you're liable to get killed for expressing free speech. The land of free speech, Berkeley. They beat up people with the Charlie Kirk thing yesterday, those bastards. And this magna opus of the herbal world, it's the best book on herbs in the whole world. Unbelievable. It's on Amazon. Herbs, Vitamins, and Supplements for Wellness and Beauty by Janet Weiner. She put in all the work. I just put my name on it. I wasn't into it. Too busy doing what I do, like cooking spaghetti and a white the clam sauce. Okay, thank you and good night. Now I'm going to sit down. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my cocktail. That's all I'm going to have. No wine. And I'm going to say thank you for watching and good night. And that's it, and boom.